Good evening and welcome. Nesma, how's it going? Smita, oh, hi, how's it going? Smita Shetty, Veena and Tess, present. Thank you so much, Miss Veena. Appreciate you guys being here. So be sure to give us a little comment, a little chat. If you guys are watching on the YouTube, we'd love to answer your questions towards the end. So we're going to check out your comments as well too. And for all those with me on the Zoom, love having you guys here. We can have a little bit of our direct time together. And today is going to be SBM. So if you guys are unsure as to what that stands for, stretching, breathing, and meditation. Stretching in that first portion, actually to be more specifically accurate in brain education fashion, stretching for us is one way in which we can open our meridians. Let's see. I spot him. I'm going to get you a guest. Meridian man. Hold it right there. You guys may or may not have seen my buddy, Meridian Man. Hannah, how's it going? Thanks for coming. So Meridian Man here is going to teach us a few things about how we can open up our meridians. So just to give you a little bit of a background on brain education, when we really look at the body and its connection with the mind, the main factor, and some of you may know this if you're taking the Self-Reawakening workshop with us live, online, or offline, is that these meridian channels connect with energy throughout the entire body. And so really everything's made of energy. Oh, look at him. He can stand all on his own. That's awesome. Oh, wow. More people coming in. Margarita, good to see you. Ghada, shukran ala wujudik. So when we look at these guys here, all these lines, each meridian relates to a different organ. And every organ relates to different energy components and also themes, emotional themes or even life themes. And so how do we get them open? These are kind of circulatory places in which energy channels through the body. There are many ways in which we can open them. There is choice in the mind. That's very true. A lot of times people wonder, why is my body suddenly more flexible? Or suddenly just things are more flowing inside, better circulation, better blood pressure. Sometimes our mind about things, our choice about things can literally open up meridian channels. And so that's how we know consciousness also is followed by energy. Where the mind goes, energy flows. So if your consciousness allows itself to flow into things and areas that you haven't gone into before, like bravery, into places where you were first fearful, yes, channels that used to be blocked, especially around areas that were fearful, open up. But other ways are also very physical. Physical in the sense that you can influence them using the body. It's not just the mind that can influence the energy and the way it travels around the body, but also the way you influence them physically. And so how many different ways do you think that these lines here and all the acupressure points, and like, yes, acupressure, you heard that right, like acupuncture with the needles. Yes, so you can kind of poke at these guys and kind of like diffuse the energy block. So I'm also thinking about something. I was talking to someone yesterday who's really getting into energy nowadays. She's coming in with a whole bunch of practices, and she tells me the energy's doing this and the energy's doing that and blah, 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 blah. That's great, but do you really know what energy looks like and how it really acts or behaves when it's moving through these meridian channels, and what these acupuncture points do with regards to infusing energy into the organs? That kind of information isn't necessarily mainstream or readily available. So I'm going to help you try and imagine it, right? So we imagine these roads. We'll call them energy cars. Energy cars traveling on these roads. When it comes to an acupuncture point, this is almost like a vacuum. Hyo is actually the Korean form for what an acupressure point means. Hyo means kind of like an opening or a hole where energy comes in and energy comes out. So there's a bit of a vacuum. So think of it like a bit of a sudden valley, a sudden drop. And that drop or valley, this little point here represents kind of like a swooping tunnel that actually, yes, infuses directly into your bloodstream as well as into your organs. So when energy passes through these channels, they go in, especially when it comes with, yang energy, which it comes through what you breathe, and yin energy from the earth and the stuff we eat, because that comes from the earth. That's where it infuses. Yin and yang comes together. So you're never just one kind of energy. It's always coming together and harmonizing inside your body. Too much yang, too much yin, too much hot, too much cool, all that stuff doesn't matter. But at this point, we're just looking at how energy moves into our body and moves out. And yes, if energy gets stuck inside the organ and accumulates too much, especially if we don't know how to extract energy out through the vacuum in the other direction, we find we accumulate too much, and yes, this becomes stagnant and stale, and so it builds up and then it turns into something else, like inflammation, like fat, like all these stresses, like all these toxins. And so even the energy that was once good can also change. So we have to keep energy moving. That's why I say very simply, energy that's healthy is always moving. It's light, it feels light because, that's the nature of something that's constantly moving, and it's bright, right? It's just not stale and dark and stagnant. So that's a little bit of an anatomy of what happens inside these hills, these acupressure points. And then whatever's inside here that infuses into the organ or to your bloodstream or your circulation goes out as well. So yes, when I say your skin is respiring, it is. Even your body, your whole body respires with energy. So all these points are almost like breathing points for your energy. That's what you really need to think about it for. Now, take a look at Meridian Man here. I'm going to give you a little bit of an up close. So all these points here for Meridian Man. You can stretch Meridian Man out. Ooh. You feel those points move? So imagine that hole, right, that was once stuck. If you kind of shift it a little bit and then boom, bring it back to the surface, it kind of shakes out that stagnation or whatever was clogging it in the beginning. Just use your imagination here, and then you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Another way is tapping, right? So let's say something is stuck. Oh, my Meridian Man just fell. Let's say something is stuck inside these hills, these vacuums, and you go pop, 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 pop. Right? And they go, and something has to give, right? Either something comes out or more comes in, or something on the inside kind of wakes up, and you stir the internal organs into giving out more energy. Another way also is shaking, right? So that's how we shake the body and all that stuff. And so you shake these acupressure points, these hills, and then you also cause something up to stir. The acupuncture needles, boop, right through the hole, clears the hole. It's kind of like you're poking your finger through a big hole and it's going toot, 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 toot. And then when you take it out, eventually it'll stir or motivate enough energy to spur through. That's kind of an anatomy of what happens inside these holes. Not many people talk about that, and not many people understand what energy feels like when it's going through your system or what it looks like as it does. So this is a bit of an understanding. You got to look at them as though they're breathing holes for your energy. Your skin respires, your body respires, your organs respire. And that's why we call it brain respiration. Body respiration. Your entire body needs to feel like it's breathing. So zooming back out to our original focus and topic, SBM. The S stands for stretching, so that's one way in which we can open up the meridians, and we're going to stretch different meridian channels here today together. And then the B stands for breathing, because once these energy channels are flowing and accumulating, that's that respiration that comes in. So the breathing actually helps move energy through, especially we do it through mindful meditation. We can actually move the energy channels around, especially in where we focus. I told you the very first way in which we can move energy through with our mind, right? Choices and where it's focused. And then the M, the meditation, is going to help us kind of reflect and introspect and bring things from the unconscious of what we moved out down here up into the surface so that we can actually see what went on over there, what made it block, what information or what non-choice did I have that allowed this thing to kind of stay stuck there, right? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll get going with our stretching, breathing, and meditation. This one's going to be nice. I'm going to choose some more advanced forms and techniques that I use in my private program, which is BSM. Yes, it's a different order. That one's called brain stem method, and that's going to get into more of those unconscious layers. Some tough exercises, but some good ones. And let's get started. Here we go. All right, so I hope you enjoyed. Wow, I look really far, Meridian. Let's get everybody in. I feel like I'm miles away. Where is everybody? Here we go. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and get started. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and angle up. Is that okay, Meridian? Yeah, I'm going to angle up a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with something nice and simple. We're going to start with dungeon tapping, and then we're getting into the advanced forms and techniques. So first of all, let's get our bodies warm, move the energy or accumulate it here using our mind's choice, and then cooling the mind off a little bit. So bend your knees soft, hips nice and soft as well, and fists over here, wrap them around, and let's go ahead and tap a little bit below the navel. Okay, we're getting a little bit of an 80s vibe in our dungeon tapping. Munir is feeling a little creative. Here we go. 1, 2, bouncing the knees. 3, 4, 5, breathing out. 6, 7, keep tapping in a rhythmic fashion, focusing where you're feeling the tapping. 8, 9, 10, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep focusing here. 9, 20, let's do 30 more. Keep going. 2, letting out the breath. Remember, circulation. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enjoy it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Go ahead and stop. All right, let's change the quality of our tapping because I want to take you up to the next level. So notice when you're tapping, right? I'm going to use the wall as an example here. So when you're tapping like dug, 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 you know, you're just kind of using the power of the arm, right? Like dug, 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 and it feels like you're hammering the wall. But when your body is fully relaxed, right, and you're just kind of coming in, feels a little bit louder, right? My body's really relaxed. Particle, boom, to you. Anyway, my point is that with this arm, with the rest of your body, when you're doing it from a place of power, your mind is in a very different state. Power means a sense of knowing. Like you know you're going to get there, you know you're going to do good for your body, you know you're going to do good for your mind. So you just have to have a general confidence about no matter what you do at this moment, it'll come for some good. And that's a choice, that's a belief, that's a confidence. And that is going to raise your power. So when you're tapping, don't go tuk, 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 like I got to do it right. You know, just relax the arms a little bit. Have a little bit more of a casual attitude about the way you're moving. Let the weight of the arms land on the body and let the arms feel relaxed. That power is going to bring you into a much higher state in your mind. So let's try that again one more time, another 50 in that state, okay? Relaxing the knees, relaxing the hips, more soft and casual mind, but sincere. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing out, relaxing the arms. 9, 10. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. Should we do 10 more? Let's do 20 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last 10. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. Keep focusing here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. So go ahead and feel this part here, right there, and then go ahead and sweep that heat round. You should feel some sense of heat inside your body. Relax the chest down. That's the energy of the heart coming down into the rest of your body and moving around the circulation inside our gut. Good. Body should be a little bit warmer. Mind should be more focused on the inside than the outside, and your mind is also cooler, not only the body warm. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and open up the meridians with a target, and here's why I'm saying it, with a target of making this our destination, right here. This big acupressure point, here, We call this the Dunjung-hyo, or otherwise your heart center, or otherwise the fourth chakra, Dunjung-hyo. All right, so from here, interlace your fingers like so, and then up here, and I want you to bring it back a bit further. Ooh. And then from here, we're going to go from side to side really quickly. Notice how my hands are behind me. And until the arm touches, kind of like the bicep touches the side of the head, the temporal lobe, or the back of the head here. And then all the way down until the other arm does the same. And then we're going to do this for a good minute or 100 times. For 1, 2, feel the side meridians here opening up. Ribs open and close, rib cage opening and closing. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1. Oh, we're going to work something out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Keep the arms behind your head, keep them out, and then keep moving from side to side until the arm touches the side of the head. And that's 50. We got halfway through. 2. Keep breathing out whenever you feel the tension. If you're feeling shoulder tension, great. That means the acupressure points are being activated and you are sifting out all that stuck feeling inside your shoulders and your back, reaching into the heart. And that's 60. 2, 3, 4, smile, tell your brain it's okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. We're feeling it, right? All these meridians are being opened. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep breathing out, cooling your body down. 90, or was that 80? Let's go ahead and do 20 more. More is better at this point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 90. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feels so good. Relax down. Good. Right away you notice that you're having a lot more focus on your body. Meridians are a lot more open here, and your body feels like it's much more bright and opening, right? Things are moving and your body's getting warmer. Very good. In between each exercise, we're going to practice a certain kind of breathing to see how sensitive you truly are to the energy. This is going to be a challenge for those who have energy sensitivity, but we're trying to increase the energy sensitivity a little bit further. So use your imagination. Let imagination supersede the actual sensation, because that will pull in the sensation, because your imagination requires the mind, and energy goes where the mind goes. So go ahead from here. Inhale, like you imagine the breath coming in through the arms, circling inside the chest. And then try to imagine, feel like a trickling down, almost like a waterfall coming down through the chest. And if you can feel a pressure, a subtle sensation kind of sinking down into your Danjan, your second chakra, or your lower Danjan, good. Let's do that about 2 more times. So relax, wiggle out the spine. Try and see if you can feel that pressure, that energetic tension move through the body. So as you inhale in, feel it through the chest, gathering here, and let's see if we can, with our mind or imagination, slowly move it down. Solar plexus, abdomen, Danjan. Good. If you can feel that energetic tension. If you don't worry. Use your imagination. That's what's first. And again, inhale, chest, down, solar plexus, abdomen, Danjan. At what point do we exhale? Good question, Hannah. So we inhale in as it comes into the chest, and as the exhale goes with the heart descending the energy down. In, out. Good. That's it. All right. On to the next exercise. Let's go. All right. So we're elbows. Now, you may think this is moving. It's not really stretching. Yes, it is. Stretch, compress. Stretch, compress. But it's not stretching in the typical sense that yoga does it when it comes to holding movements like in yin yoga or hatha or ashtanga. This is more of a dynamic, active stretch. So we're trying to increase tension release tension. Increase tension on the other side, release tension. So that dynamicism is what's going to get my heel, my acupressure points kind of doing this, going, oh my God, something's got to give, something's got to come through, something's got to come in. That's like excessive, intervention of energy opening. So that's what I want for you guys. All right, let's go to the next one. Elbows up. This one is going to be a little technical. We're going to move our elbows back and up, like in a 45-degree angle. So when I pull my elbows back and up, they're going not back and down, they're going back and up. And so that's going to place the pressure behind our chest, and I want you to come out with it with a ha or a ah, something like that, like a cough or a just sit on exhale. Dynamic, yes? Opening up this part, pushing it from the back, and you're going to feel it. Let's go for 30 times. We're going to count in our mind and ha each time. Let's go. Ha, 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 ha. Oh yeah. Ha, 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 ha. Up, ha, ha. 10, ha, 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 ha. 20, ha, 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 ha. Ay, shunada. So like a dynamic pop, right? So that dynamic pop is really important. So really imagine as though your chest, your spine is pushing your heart through. And that's a big acupressure point, right? So it's going and then and then and then. That's what we wanted to do. Like try and do that to your acupressure points. Let's do that one more time before we do the reset and the breathing, okay? And you're gonna feel different each time. That's the measure. Remember, I usually encourage this kind of training in my private sessions because there's a lot of little measures that we look for to look for energy sensitivity. And I'll tell you the benefits of that later. All right, so elbows up. Here we go. Ha, ha, ha. Counting. Ha, 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 ha. And again. Ha, ha. Keep going. Ha, 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 ha. All right, feel that chest area here. We're just gonna do 2 rounds, and then let's go ahead and check. So wiggle out the spine, feel it out. Make sure your spine is nice and soft, nice and relaxed, and then go ahead. Arms by your side, same thing we did last time. We're gonna try and inhale, imagining as it's coming in through the fingers, moving to our chest, and let's really start with our imagination. Let's lead with that, and then let the sensation come when it comes. Remember, no force. If you feel it, you feel it. If no feeling, wait till it happens, and be confident that it can happen. All right, inhale, and exhale down. Follow the energetic tension down into your danjun. If this feels easier when your eyes closed, go ahead and do that. But really sensation, really good sensation and focus means your eyes are open, but you're not really looking at the outside. Your eyes are looking in. All right, inhale. Good. Number 3, inhale in. And then you can kind of wiggle to kind of make it find its way through. Beautiful. Great job. You made it this far. All right, exercise number 3. We got elbows incorporated into all 3 of these exercises, but this next one, whew, super dynamic. So I told you, you can tap the acupressure points, you can stretch them, you can shake them. Now we're going to look towards stretching them in a twisting fashion, very dynamically. So let's make some things non-variable and make some things variable. The non-variables, the things that don't change are your hips. They do not twist. These hips do not twist on this next one. So fix the hips. How do you fix the hips? Squeeze your butt. Squeeze your butt, clench hard, and then the hips will hardly move. And also suck in your navel. That's a good way to align the hips and fix them. Now, elbows are up here at shoulder height. So not higher and not lower. That's going to affect a certain area in your vertebrae. We're aiming for the one behind your heart, behind your danjun. And then your head is also a non-variable. It does not turn. So it's not like this. Head straight, looking forward, hips straight, looking forward, and then elbows turning around. Your elbow joint moves past your halfway line here on each rotation, okay? So it's like a really strong twist. Okay, let's keep it going. Ready? We're doing 20 each side. So 1, 2, like that, all right? Follow with me. Let's begin. 1, 2, really twist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fix the hips. 10. 1, 2, 3. Pass the middle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Hi, Shornada. Relax. Ghada, good job. Hannah, amazing. Margarita, so happy that you're with us. Nasma, Smita, Vina, and Tess, wonderful job. Let's do that one more time before we do our test and our sensation check. Relax the knees, but fix the hips. Up with the elbows. Breathe out. Head facing forward. Fix it down. So a lot of this is consciousness training, to be able to fix so many variables and have divided consciousness. Here focused, here moving. That takes a lot of mental focus and effort. It takes a lot of mental power. So this is not your typical training or movement, especially when you have so many different parts. So it's okay if you feel a little, don't worry about that. Breathe out and you'll be just fine. Up here, ready? Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feel it in the chest. 10. 1, yes, 2. Fix the hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Woo! Hi, Shona. You should really feel like you're cranking it towards the end, right? So getting towards the back end. And this, by the way, stems from BSM, like I said. It's a musculo-skeletal alignment procedure. There's about 18 steps. Incredible. Going all the way through. And you're going to feel like a different person after. So, let's get things rolling. Relax. Breathing in. Circle here. Follow the energy down as you exhale. Look for the energetic tension. Your aim is to bring the energy down into the dungeon. See how much you can either lead it or monitor it as it does. Inhale again. Both hands if your hands are down. Filling up here, and then from the chest, see how much you do feel. It can feel like a little drop or a little line or just some pressure or a presence. Any of those is okay, as long as you feel it going down. All right, third one. Inhale in. And exhale down. Ooh, nice. Body feeling super warm at this point. Great job, everybody. All right, so that's our third exercise, number 4. It's going to be very interesting. Some of you have done this. I usually incorporate it into other training because it's very strong. It's one of the more challenging ones. But we're just going to do 5 on each side, and then we're going to see how we feel. Okay? So, hands interlaced over top. I'm sure some of you have done this before. So we're going to bring our hands behind us just like in exercise 1, but then we're going to arch our spine forward, pushing open these energy centers. Chest, boom. Solar plexus, boom. Dungeon, boom. And so you're ducking, you're arching your back on the back side here. You see that nice gentle arch of the spine? That's what we want. All right? And then from here, we're going to go to the other side, and I want you to arch your spine this way. So my hips are not moving this way. Hips pull back. And then your spine is the one that's arching. So my ribs feel like they're opening and closing on one side. And then to the front, when we move to the front, your back is super arched. Super arched. So let me show you how much. That much, like really arched, okay? Pushing the back out. And then you're over to the other side again. So if you came from this side, go to the other side now, and then arch your spine the other way, open and expand the rib cage, all these meridians open, and these meridians close, and then we repeat this cycle 5 times. That was number 1. Arching to this side, pushing the back to the back as your arms go to the front. Other side, ooh, yes, feeling the spine, and then pulling the arms to the back, pushing the chest, pushing the solar plexus, pushing the dungeon forward, And then from here, moving to the other side. Beautiful job. You're feeling the opening on each side of your body, your torso, your upper torso. Good. We got about 2 more on this round. Round and round. As your body pushes, your hand expands to the opposite direction. One last one. And breath here is natural, right? So you're just breathing out when you feel it. Good job. Wow. This training, I'm not exaggerating, moves so much energy unconsciously too, that it's very easy for you to feel a lot of heat and perspire when you're in the middle of it. Woo. Okay, that's in one direction. We need to go the other direction as well. So remember, if you went clockwise or anti-clockwise, do the opposite at this point, all right? So for me, I went round anti-clockwise. I'm gonna go clockwise now around my body. So you can start on any side, pushing the body forward as your arms go to the back, come round to the other side, to the front, arching your back here, and then over to the other side, good job, and pushing the front, whew, arching to the other side. We got about 3 more. Keep pushing in every angle. Every angle has different meridian channels, right? Even the back, right? So you're trying to imagine as though these lines are being pressed out. The acupressure points across are being opened on whatever angle you're on. Opening, opening, opening. Opening, opening, opening. Opening, opening, opening. While this part is closing. And then opening, opening, opening. So you gotta be very conscious and very intentful in your movement. That's why it takes a lot of power and a lot of continuous focus. That's a skill, by the way. Last one. So when kids do this, kids love doing something of a challenge, like a physical challenge. Their mental focus and power increases way past their usual expected capacity because you're using their mental power to focus on their body entirely, the entire time. So that continuous concentration really does transcend and transfer to other areas of their lives. Wow, good job, guys. Good job, good job, good job. All right, let's go ahead and get started on boom, 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 feeling, right? So, hands to the side, inhaling in, and then from here, but don't forget, like I did, try and draw in the insulation through the arms. If you can feel it come up, beautiful job. Inhale in. And then from here, trickle it down. Like I said, in the beginning, you might feel like just a general sensation, a tension, or even you might feel some trickling, or like a line, like a road opening. And maybe very thin in the beginning, but it's there. Even if you don't feel it right away, use your imagination and your confidence that you're moving something just with your mind. Inhale in. Great. Very calming, right? Just that practice of knowing that you can move with your mind. Even if you're not sure what you're following exactly, just that practice of knowing that you're following something with your mind is very calming and subduing of all those extraneous thoughts. Okay, guys. So I've got one more training, but what I'm going to do instead is I want to focus a little bit more time towards the breathing. So we're going to have a little bit more extended and advanced breathing today. And we're going to do it more than one form in ways we haven't done before in our live Zooms together. So I'm excited. Okay, so I chose to sit on the mat. You can do this on a chair, but if you can sit on a mat, great. Otherwise, place something, prop your hip up so that your hips are higher than the floor level. That way you can sit there for longer. Because we're going to spend some time on the seat here. At any point, feel free to sit up on a chair. But the point is that I need your spine to feel comfortable. Spine. Okay? And your hips, obviously, your hip joints are going to affect your spine. So you can start off any way you like, and then we're going to move to it. If you've got a mat like mine, so this one's one of our traditional Korean mats, I'm going to roll it up just like this so that I can prop up my hip, and that way my spine can be nice and comfortable. So, sitting on it like so. Oh yeah. When you prop up the hip, the angle on the hip joint doesn't become so severe. So that way you can kind of rest your legs a little bit more comfortably. All right, and you don't have to do a half lotus or anything like that where you're kind of like up here. Just kind of put the legs in front of each other. And that's actually even better. Don't cross them either. So don't need to cross your legs, just kind of in front of each other, one in front of each other. And that'll be fine. All right, so from here, in the beginning, we're going to do a certain kind of breathing. Then we're going to do another kind of breathing, and then a third. The first two all involve consciousness and where the mind is moving. And it's kind of using your imagination. In the third one, we're hopefully going to sense a lot more energy and energy flow. At any point, if you feel you're not feeling it, don't let that be the excuse to stop. Because no matter what your level is at right now, it feels great to breathe at this rate, and just following your mind, even if it's just feeling your skin, that's enough. That you can focus your mind at any one place at any one time, perfect. We've done enough to open up the body. Mind's kind of slowed down a little bit so we can actually get into our breathing in a lot more easier fashion. All right, so from here, first style of breathing. When we come in through the consciousness, your consciousness leads the breath, this time the opposite direction of what we were doing before. In from the nose, down into the chest. And then you want to imagine it trickling out through each of your fingertips. So that's that meditation where we're feeling like our breath is our river, is our flow. And we want to see how much of that river we can truly feel. Can we feel even feeling across all our fingertips? Is it balanced across all our fingertips? Is it balanced across both hands? Or does one hand feel more than the other? This is really important here because it tells you what side of your body requires more opening. And it tells you what side of your brain is also slightly more tense or blocked. Because all of this is connected to your nervous system as to how much of your arms, your fingers, you can truly sensitize to. You can truly sense. Okay? We'll take it step by step. Now I'm going to direct with this hand, but for you, both hands. Inhale in. And then your mind leads down from the shoulder. Liven the fingers a little bit, so don't crumple them up, liven them. Out through the fingers. If you don't liven the fingers, you don't open up the acupressure points, so you desensitize the hands a little bit. Kind of like in Qigong when you liven the fingers, same thing. Inhale. Exhale. And when I point to one hand, I would like for you to do it in both hands. So inhale to the chest. And then from the chest, down through the arms. See if you can feel breath or any feeling come down through your fingertips evenly in both hands. Or just imagine them. And you can close your eyes, or you can just look in with your eyes open. Both are fine. When you inhale, inhale to your chest. When you exhale, exhale out through the arms, through the forearms, and out through the fingertips. Liven the fingers like you're feeling the breath come out through the fingertips. Come out through the fingertips. Yes? Good. See if it's balanced. See if it's balanced between each of the fingers. Inhaling into the chest. And then out through each of the fingertips. You feel it like streams going through the tips of your fingers. They are acupressure points, strong ones. Keys, if you like, at the end of your fingertips. Inhale. And exhale out through the fingertips. For an increased effect, you can also straighten the arms out a little bit as well, but without adding tension in the shoulders, so don't lift up too much, yes? There. Good job. Keep going again. Now, we're going to go to our second form of breathing. And this one is a little bit more technical, but it's really easy when you come to imagine it well. So, find your navel. Right behind it is an acupressure point in the middle of your low back. It's called the Myungmun. And if you want to imagine your dungeon, so when you're here, navel, Myungmun, right behind each other. So it's right in the middle of your back. In the middle, between your Myungmun and your Shingul, belly button healing, is your dungeon down in the middle. So it's kind of like centering, boom, down into your dungeon. So navel and Myungmun, right in the back. Let me show you with the other finger, right there. Meet right in the middle, down here in the center of your body. So kind of like they're funneling into your dungeon. So I want you to imagine this. When you breathe in, imagine like something is entering through your back. And then when it comes into the back, it goes in and circles in to the middle of your body, right? So it comes in from the back, circles inside your dungeon, and then circles back out. Inhale in through the back, circles in, and then circles out. So this is called Myungmun breathing. It's so good in strengthening the lower back acupressure points, but this has been a very beautiful practice of mine, so you can build up. You can start off with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you can work up to 15 minutes, 20 minutes. My favorite is practicing up to 1 hour of this every day. Beautiful feeling. So relaxing the hands, but all of your consciousness starts in the back. And you're going in. So, with your mind, Myungmun, low back. Inhaling in. Dungeon fills up. And then you feel that pressure or tension in the back, just here. And then exhale back out, through the back here. And then inhale again. Fills up the dungeon. And then exhales back out. Through the middle of that low back. Inhaling in. Myungmun. Right behind your belly button. Dungeon fills up. Exhale, back out through that Myungmun. Try this for a few breaths. Inhale in, Myungmun. Dungeon fills up. Exhale out, Myungmun. Right behind your Shingul, belly button acupressure point. Myungmun comes in. Dungeon fills up. Dungeon exhales out through your Myungmun. So you can feel it like a little pinch in the middle of your low back. That pressure is the acupressure opening. Good job. Inhale in. Dungeon fills up. Exhale out. Acupressure opening through the Myungmun. So you need to feel that consciousness, like really have a grasp over your consciousness and your energy sensitivity. Coming into the body, almost imagining it circling, building that energetic tension inside of your lower abdomen. then de-tensioning, if you like, out and through the Myungmun. Let's try this exact breath 3 or 4 more times. Inhale in through the Myungmun, and then breathing out through the Myungmun. You don't even need to have your mouth open for this kind of breathing, but you can if you'd like. Two more. One more. Relax. If you enjoy it, it's a beautiful practice. It's a really strong way in which you can kind of endear the energy that's happening and gathering inside your body. It's going to leave you with a lot of power, but a lot of calm and confidence. Very strong for that. All right, this next one we're going to do is actually reversing what we did in the beginning. We're going to go straight to energetic breathing. And energetic breathing in the sense that your energy is breathing and your energy sensitivity is being awakened. Let's start this one. Okay, so from here, go ahead and right away bring your mind to your palms. If you've practiced with me before, you've done Qigong, and we usually sensitize our hands and we do all those kinds of things to really feel. But we're not going to do any of that right now. We're going to trust that you already have that sensitivity. So now, palms open. And you can feel it, can't you? The edges of your fingers, they're pulsing. The middle of your palms, the pressure inside them, the weight, the slight heaviness. It's not like your typical Qigong, but there is something there. Go ahead and lift them with me. And it may feel different in the beginning, but that's okay. Go ahead and first have them face each other. And with this much focus, it's really easy to sense even the most gentle feeling between your palms. In the beginning, our consciousness is just between our palms, middle of the palms, between the palms. So your breath is natural, but your energy is breathing in and out, like your energy is fluxing, just like your acupressure points. You create a vacuum, allowing energy in, and you release the vacuum, allowing energy out. And so this represents all your acupressure points inside your body. If you make that connection inside your mind, it's going to be very vividly clear that your hands are fluxing just like the rest of your body is fluxing. You can almost, if you're very sensitive, feel like your skin is vibrating, like the entire thing is doing this, or doing this, like expanding beyond the measure of its skin, just like your palms are, if you make that connection. But don't worry if you don't, just focus here. Now, expand your consciousness, and that's why this is different. Rather than just having the frame between your hands, bring the frame down to your elbows. So now your forearms are the ones expanding with energy between them. The sensation is different between your forearms and the hands, but there is something there, like there's a bit of a medium, maybe a gentle liquid, cloud, a slight heaviness between the arms as you move the forearms back and forth. But remember, relax these, right? Relax them. So no force. And don't try and look for the feeling. If you feel it, you feel it. And if you don't, you don't. But all you're doing is expanding your focus. You're expanding your focus to your elbows. And so your attention is not just between the hands. This is how we can try and see if we can widen our attention, do we still feel as much? Because the wider your consciousness, the less details you catch. So let's see how wide we can stretch our consciousness and still catch as much as we can. Now, if you felt something between your elbows, great. If you didn't, stay there. If you felt something between your elbows, move the attention bigger, all the way up to your shoulders. So now the frame is this wide, and all your arms are expanding. So you feel like your arms, there's a medium between them. This takes practice. If you do this daily, you'll begin to feel more sensitivity in between all your arms. And you feel like more of it is coming, and there's something inside here that's starting to get activated as well. And as you move in and out, things start to change. Remember to relax the shoulders. You're not carrying your shoulders, so they shouldn't feel heavy. Good. Keep your focus. Remember, you don't have to feel everything, but keep your focus and your attention just inside this frame. Now, for those who are really confident, rest your hands here. Bring your attention to the heart. And if you want to imagine with me, imagine like your heart's moving. Yeah, like your heart's moving. Does it feel like it want to open up? So then now your frame is not the hands or the arms anymore. It's just the heart. And your arms are expressing the heart. Do you get it? So like the chest is opening, so the arms open as a result of that. And if your heart wants to cave in a little bit, let the heart cave, but let the arms follow. So it's a gentler movement, but your heart's the one leading. So feel like the heart, boom, one side maybe. So then that opens this way, but keep your attention here. Anything. If you feel like a little tickling here, follow it. It feels like a little stuck, like you want to open it, open it. So let the heart be the one deciding how the hands follow. You see how we switch the roles? So your heart's moving and your hands are following. So this is Jigam of the heart with itself. Not between two different sides of the body, but the heart is moving and the rest of your body is moving in response to that. Like these are just the arms or the expressions of an octopus. And if you can't really feel your heart wanting to go left, right, or up and down, then just make it up. It's really that simple. Kind of see, oh, does this feel comfortable? Yeah, I better go there. Does this feel comfortable? Good, I'll go there. Does this feel comfortable? Oh, that feels good. So if you don't really feel the heart kind of asking you to go right and left, or don't know or sense the heart so vividly, it's not going to be that clear in the beginning, but that's okay. Just kind of go where it feels comfortable. Experiment. Test it out. Take it on a test drive. And let the arms express. You see, this is different from your regular Dan Mu energy dance or your Jigam energy meditation, because your attention is not on the hands or the arms, it's here. This is Jigam of the heart with the heart. The heart with itself. Well done. Go ahead and take a deep breath into the heart. Inhale here. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale here through the chest. Exhale out. Inhale here through the chest. Exhale out. Sweet down. Great job. Go ahead and rub your palms together. Wow, 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 wow. Hi, Shunada. Well done. Keep your palms warm. Warm them up. Really strong rubbing. And then go ahead and rub over your eyes. And turn your eyes to the right. Turn your eyes to the left. And then go ahead and sweep down. Hi, Shunada. Wow. And down to the sides here. Let's go ahead and switch to camera 2. Meridian. Wow. Let's go ahead and thank each other. So please, let's try hands over your dungeon. And let's thank each other. Kamsamnida is the word. Kamsamnida. Well done. And then go ahead and thank your neighbors. Kamsamnida. Kamsamnida. Great job. All right. So that's it. Beautiful job. Today was a little bit more advanced than usual. And it goes a lot further than that, believe me. But it's amazing how brain education really starts with the body, but because you know the body so well, you really know energy if you know the body very well. And you really know mind if you know energy very well. So, Kamsamnida, thank you so much, Nisma. I hope you enjoyed that. So I gave you a little bit of a preview of what a more advanced class would look like, and also something of a beginner format for some of my private sessions. I hope that you enjoy these practices, because some of these techniques and exercises I really like. They're part of my daily practice. So I love Myungmun breathing. That's one of my personal favorites. I did that for incessantly in the beginning, like daily for a good hour every day. Just sit, Myungmun breathing. It's very powerful. So Vina Nim, okay, amazing, so beautiful. I want to do this all day long. I saw energy. My crown chakra was open nearly all the time. See, very powerful training. I love it. Thank you so much for that feedback. Margarita, thank you, Mr. Muhammad. So energizing as usual. Wow, Margarita, I'm so glad you're here and you're joining this with us. Oh my God, I love it. So I'm happy that you guys received it well. I'm happy that it looks like the feedback that you guys did sense some things. Were you able to feel, at all levels? Were you able to feel the hands coming in, the energy coming down? Was it easy to sense? Please give me some feedback. Let me know if you did well with that training. That kind of gives me a bit of a key indicator as to how, where you are at which level. And then who knows, I may even create like a little bit of an advanced training, in tangent to what we're doing already on the live Zooms. So yeah, I appreciate you guys are being here. Let me know in personal messages or right now, it's okay. And I really hope that you enjoyed this training. So this is part of what we do with SBM. And this is from our BSM course, not to confuse anybody, but it's all about how we can open up meridian channels and utilize or alternate musculo-skeletal alignments so that we can affect both energy and our own consciousness. Yes, so it's not just affect the body in a musculo-skeletal alignment, but energy and consciousness gets affected as a result as well. I felt lots of energy in my arms and hands, was smiling to myself the whole time. Margarita, yes, I bet you would. Really nice, thank you. Of course, Hannah, of course, I'm sure you're happy, you loved it. Tess feels relaxed and calm. Thank you, Tess. So calming, says Nesma. It is the first time I sense the breath in my fingertips. Wow, good job. As you progress through this kind of training, you're beginning to sense even feeling between all the fingers. And that's a really good indication of balance between left and right sides of your body, as well as your energy sensitivity inside the brain. ما زلت أحس بألم وعقدة بأعلى اليد اليسار عند أخذ الشهيق. أوكي، هون صح؟ معناتها لكان احنا نحاول نفتك أكثر بهالحركة غدا. أوكي، هيدي اللي عملناها. وكمان ممكن نفتح أكثر في هيدي، يمكن توجع بالأول بس حتساعد بالأخير. وطبعا الذبذبة بالكتاف. هيدول الثلاثة حيحاول يحسس أو يحرر فيك الشعور هذا، ومن بعدها الشعور كمان حيزيل مع التنفس الطاقي اللي عملناه. وهذا الفيديو حيكون متواجد إن شاء الله عبر اليوتيوب. شكرا لك غادة على سؤالك. Thank you so much, Master Maz. So you guys, if you want to repeat this, now it's up. It's on YouTube. It's free. Oh my God. So you guys can watch it anytime you guys like. Let me know how you feel in the comments section, and also tell your friends about it. You can share it and say how amazing it is, how amazing you guys feel. Share it with everybody you know. Love it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kamsahamnida. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you later. Master Maz, out.